Well, if this doesn't show Sony that they should support the systems they actually make, nothing will. And nothing probably ever will. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. coming at you once again with another something video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And there's a lot to discuss here, so make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section so we can all have a nice discussion about it. Or not nice in this case scenario. Okay, so what the heck am I talking about here? Well, things between the PS Vita and Sony have, they've gotten very weird as of late. And just when you thought that wasn't even possible. So this article comes from GameRant.com and it goes as such: Sony loses PS Vita trademark. Yeah, who saw this coming? With Sony discontinuing the PlayStation Vita, the company loses some of its trademark rights due to, and here's the funny part, non-use, and opening the name for others to use. Yeah, they lost the trademark just because they're not using it. Surprised it took this long. So the article has a lot to say here. Here's what it has further. Before mobile phones and tablets became a hotbed of gaming on the go and a multi-billion-dollar industry, handheld consoles ruled the day. Nintendo's handheld device, the Game Boy, kicked things off after it released in 1989, featuring 8-bit graphics and a dot matrix screen. The Game Boy series lasted 2 decades, evolving through new revisions like the Game Boy Advance, SP, and eventually giving way to the DS and 3DS. The success and popularity of Nintendo's portable systems also gave rise to competitors like Sega's Game Gear, Atari Lynx, and the N-Gage, to name a few. I remember those days. Oh, the flame wars we used to have back in school. Good times. While Sony's PlayStation line of home consoles continued to be a bestseller, the company also eyed a piece of the handheld market by first introducing the PlayStation Portable in the mid-2000s. As technology continued to improve, Sony eventually released the PSP successor dubbed the PlayStation Vita. Feels like it was only yesterday, Sony. Attempting to merge the experience of big-budget home consoles with that of the rising mobile gaming platforms, Vita saw plenty of indie support as well as JRPG classics like Final Fantasy X and X-2 and Persona 4 before it was eventually ported to the PC, which we're still salty about that, Atlas. Yes, we all knew it was coming, but we're still salty. Even Sony's major franchise Uncharted had an exclusive game on the system called Golden Abyss, and Sony, I swear, you better leave that a PS Vita exclusive. However, the Vita wasn't able to match the success of the Nintendo 3DS, largely due to the high price of the system as well as the memory cards needed to store the games and the data. Not to mention, I'll just throw my own 2 cents in here, the fact that Sony didn't support it? Yeah. That might be part of it. Sony slowly pivoted away from the Vita and eventually discontinued it outright in 2019. That's another thing we shall never forget. Man, this video is just so full of the feels. Though it didn't stop fans from waxing poetic about the handheld device and potentially how ahead of its time it truly was. Unfortunately though, and here's where the news comes in, the lack of movement with the Vita has also caused Sony to lose out on its trademark due to non-use. Recently, the European Union Central Court ruled that Sony's trademark is going to be partially revoked, opening up its use for data carriers containing programs and audio and or image carriers, not of paper. However, the rights for their terms used in relation to a game console will remain with Sony as the court views the trademark more as a primary function for a game playing device and not multimedia. So I guess there's that, though I will be honest, I highly doubt Sony even cares either way. The news likely won't impact much in terms of Sony as the company continues to try and sunset the product, which they have really been successful in doing this year. In fact, Sony received plenty of pushback from the community when it attempted to shut down the PlayStation Vita store earlier this year. Fan outcry over potential lost or stranded titles was enough to convince Sony to leave the Vita store operational for now. And I do mean a big for now. Okay, so let's discuss this now. Personally, in my opinion here, I don't think Sony cares about this whatsoever. I mean, and I've always said this in the past, if they ever were to make a new handheld, the chances of them calling it the PS Vita 2 are pretty much slim to none. In fact, I'm almost 100% certain they would never in a million years call it that. They've done everything that they have possibly could to distance themselves from the original Vita, so them calling it the PlayStation Vita 2 just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially since it was a financial failure for them, mostly due to what they were doing, but I digress. And with that thought in mind, what do you guys think they would call it? I'm thinking maybe PSP2 or NGP, you know, Next Generation Portable? Remember that, Sony? Remember that name? And at this point, I'm not even 100% sure what to categorize this as. Is it good news? Is it bad news? Or is it just news? I guess at this point in time, we can just say it's amusing. Because never in a million years would I have ever have imagined it coming to this, Sony actually losing the trademark just because they're not using the brand. And I'm sure it won't be the last. Oh, and special thanks to Aridri for providing me information on this topic. But guys, I would love to hear what you have to say about this hot topic, as it were. Do you find it bad news? Do you find it good news? Or do you in my category and just think, wow, oh, the irony. Please leave me all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. A huge thank you and shout out to all these wonderfully generous supporters who help make this content possible, including Bushin Ryu Cat, Alan Iwazuk, Milk-sama, Neo Arashi, Shin Snake, Reiko Star, Joseph Raismick, Frayden, Matt Fox, B Mystery, Zacrito, Makis Blob, Robert Johnson, David Ray, Skulshire Tugel TCG, Rodrigo Vera, Michael O'Connor, Wendy K, Adam Thury, Aaron Swanson, H-Shitter, Per Sterner, Heston Joseph, Jale, E-Rock, Kevin Enright, Joseph Shavak, JR, Jared Haddo, Richard Cruz, Kyle Brooks, VG Legends, PS Vita S, Hemdall Imbert, Saul Ramirez, Claimer Malarkey, Adam Sondi, Gutter Drums, Phantom XRS, BMF, Hero Acer, Chris Foxhound, Robert Sylvester, Hector Gonzalez, Smug Wolf, Rizal Pliskin, Kayonko, Aridri, Burrs and Mystery, 1488 Dental, Azumara, Juan M. Hermosillo, Eric DeWitt, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Tasha Monty, Donut Valley, Ricardo Martinez, Mazgus, Crazy Cat, Jamie, Matt Hargett, and Dr. Super Artie. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much. And you know, at this point, it just makes me wonder, with the trademark now open to certain situations, I guess, would there be anyone out there that would actually want to use the PS Vita name? Usually this would be the perfect place for a Sony joke to be inserted, but that's already been played out. Oh, what the heck, for old time's sake, here is a picture of their logo. That's the best I can do. I've run out of material for everything else.